areas where she has felt that maybe she isn't enough and how she's learned to overcome that.
You know, it kind of goes back to my senior year in high school. In high school, Shannon, I was a dancer, as you know, and I danced through taking classes at the high school, and also I was a part of the dance production, which is a pretty big deal at the high school we went to. I did it, I waited until my junior year to do it, something I was excited about, but really didn't feel that I fit in with the girls that were part of the dance production. So in the process of doing the dance production, I enjoyed what I was doing, but really felt that the girls that were involved in the dance production were pretty chatty, they were gossipy, they were kind of cliquey, and so I decided my senior year in high school not to be a part of that, and I stopped dancing as much as I should have. And to this day, I regret that, and I look back because it's something that I truly enjoyed, but felt that, you know, at that time of my life, I didn't feel that's where I belonged. You know, what I took from that situation is that a lot of times the things that we think aren't necessarily always the truth of people. Years later, just about, 10 years later, I ran into one of the girls that I felt was pretty, like I said, loved to gossip, talk about other people, and I felt that I just didn't fit in. She was kind of the ringleader, part of like the mean girls, I guess you'd call it, and I ran into her in a restaurant where she had actually married one of my husband's really good friend, and she acted like she was interested in my life and how are you doing, Krystal, and I'm so glad that I ran into you, and told me about what she was doing. And I look back and I was like, you know what's amazing is that sometimes in our mind we think that people are thinking things about us or don't like us or don't feel that we necessarily fit in, where a lot of times we're called to be the ones that maybe ask more about their life, or maybe try to get to know them, or really not feel like you shouldn't hang out with them. I'm a school counselor, and I work with middle school and I work with high school, and one thing that I do in my job that kind of helps me with the experiences I had when I was younger is that I have girls coming to me all the time who either have a hard time fitting in or feel that things have happened in their life that have really affected who they are. Mainly, the mean girls thing. And, I always encourage them and I tell them, a lot of times the things that we're thinking either aren't true, and a lot of times we really need to confront those that we feel have either done some wrong to us or we're just not really sure what they're thinking. And so I encourage them with that. I also tell them that, 10 years down the road when we look at this, while right now it's really important, we're going to look back and sometimes we got to laugh. We got to go, I can't believe that that's what I was worried about all those years. I think one thing that hopefully those listening can take away from my experience is that a lot of times we do think that people think things about us that either aren't true